That was the quickest and easiest shopping I've ever done. I went on the bike. That's why I love going on the motorbike. Just go down the road real quick, and underneath the seat, there's like a opening where you could put like a grocery bag in there. All my groceries fit. Boom, good to go. Got everything I need to make lasagna tonight. Gonna make some lasagna. Got some garlic bread too. Got some munchies for the game. Good to go. Diamonds here. Hey Joel, how you doing, mate? All's good. I'm just here for a few minutes. I gotta go pick up my nephew from school, but I'm all right. I'm here. I just came from shopping, doing some groceries. Yeah, survival mode. I guess you could say that. Nothing bad, so which is a good thing. I just have a little earache. That's about it. My ear is hurting, but I think it's just because it does like it hurts, but like it wants to be popped, but it won't pop. Must be some wax in there that don't want to come out. Oh yeah. Oh well. If you can't, you can't. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, I see. Hmm. Yeah. Sometimes it's not even worth saying anything, because either they're gonna deny or lie anyway. So sometimes the best thing to do is not to even do it, not to even entertain anyone who does dumb shit. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Well, you know what? If you want to use her to get to Raquel, then go for it. If that's what you mean, and if that's a way to get to her, then go for it. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Well, I think you should. I think you should go for it. Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah, for sure. Later on, they will find out. Everybody finds out what goes on eventually through a matter of time. That's for sure. Yo, what's up, KP? How you doing? Mm. Yeah, all was good, bro. I'm here, just chilling. Glad all is well with you. It's been a decent day. Good energy today. It's been all right. Nice and calm. Well, Juan, that's up to you. You know, you have to make that decision. You know what I mean, bro? If you feel deep down inside you need to deal with it, then deal with it. Make it happen. That way you'll be relieved of all the things that you're thinking about. The best way to deal with any situation is to confront a person or to deal with it, to find yourself in a position to deal with it. Because if not, it's he said, she said, I said, you said, I feel, this felt, I don't know. The only way you're gonna solve the issue is if the talk is to actually see the actual person, you know. But if you think it's getting stronger and stronger, then maybe that's trying to tell you to deal with it now. Now's the time. If you keep feeling that way, then that's trying to tell you, spirit's trying to tell you that you need to go deal with it. So if you can find a way to talk to her, then I would say go for it for sure. The more you get a feeling, you know. Well, that depends on you. I feel like she will, but if she hasn't made that effort yet, then that means that she's probably waiting for you. But who cares who's waiting for who and who speaks to who? You got to make the decision. So if your feeling is to deal with her or talk to her, then I would say go for it. Right. on you trying to communicate with her, because I know you're blocked and all that, but you got to find a way to physically see her. So if you want to, you got to find out where you can talk to her to. That's not going to affect any situation, but that's up to you. Sometimes you could wait forever and nothing will ever happen. And if you do see her, then you'll be able to get like, some type of closure, so that way you can not deal with her anymore, let it all go, or see what happens from there. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't think that she's waiting for you, but you're waiting for her. So if she's not communicating with you because you're blocked, so that right there is a sign that she doesn't want to say anything to you. But if you feel, because you're telling me you're feeling her more strong and strong and stronger, so that's probably because she like probably thinking about you the same way maybe. And even if she isn't, the only way you're gonna get over this whole thing is if you physically go up to her and say, "Hey, look, can we talk? Because I can't speak to you because you're blocked." So you gotta find a way to see her. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're blocked, maybe you can use another form of communication, like social media or something like that. If you're blocked from all of it, then the only way you're gonna be able to speak to her is actually see her in real time, face to face. You see what I'm saying? It's up to you. Can you communicate with her through social media, through like Facebook or like Instagram? There's got to be another way. There's always a way to communicate, but if you know where she works, you can even go to her job or call at her job. Call her job and say, "Hey, can I speak to Raquel, please?" And then if she wants to talk to you, then just say, "Hey, look, don't hang up the phone. I want to know if we can talk." Well, that's the thing. So if you do get to speak to her, right? There's always a way. You see what I'm saying, Jamal? Yeah, I know that. But the thing is, you have to ask yourself, right? As a man and as your person you are, you have to ask yourself this question: is this really worth my time to get back with this woman so I can convince her that everybody's talking shit and I'm right and everybody else is wrong? Can you prove that you're right and everyone else is wrong? Ask yourself, why didn't this work? Is it me? Is it her? Is it someone else? How can I convince her to speak to me and how can I convince her to be with me? You have to ask yourself all those questions. And if you think you have the answers to all those questions and you can convince her to be with you, then go for it. If not, I wouldn't even waste my time. But that's up to you. Only you know the truth. You see what I'm saying? Even though she's a proud person and she's reluctant and all that shit, you still have to, like, if you feel that you can be with her again and make things work, then you have to find a way to communicate with her or talk to her some type of way. I'm sure you can talk to her at work. Like, if you can find out the number where she works, which I'm sure you know, you can always call her job and say, can I please speak to Raquel? And then when she comes to the phone, just say, "Hey, look, it's me, Joan. Please don't hang up. I just want to know if I can talk to you." And if she hangs up the phone and tells you fuck off, then that's your answer. If she says, "Okay, what do you want?" then that's a good thing. Then you'll be able to state your case and state what you have to state and say what you have to say. Because if she's a very proud person, then I doubt that she's going to go out of her way to talk to you unless the people that have convinced her not to talk to you actually tell the truth, which I doubt. See what I'm saying? I just told you what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say if you really want to be with her, right? Then you have to ask yourself, if you really want to be with her, how are you going to talk to her to tell her that? If you want to focus on your stability and changing your home, then I would say not even to worry about her. You got me, bro? That's up to you. You see what I'm saying? The only way you're gonna solve this is if you talk to the person face to face, or you're blocked from your phone, but you're not blocked from her job number. Well, if your priority is you, then fuck that. Don't worry about her no more. You know? Exactly, KP. That's what I would say, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. Is if you feel, because you're telling me in one breath, you're telling me that you just told me that you're feeling her more and more. You feel her like, her energy. You feel that you want to talk to her. So if that's the case and you really want closure, then you got to go talk to her. You got to find a way to say, hey, look, I've been thinking about you nonstop. I really want this, I want to solve what's going on. Then you got to go for it. If you don't want to do that and you want to focus on yourself, then you got to leave her alone completely and work on just yourself. You've got to make that decision, bro. It's up to you. But closure is getting, to mend things, because you're every time I speak to you, you're saying to me that you feel her and you want to talk to her, you want to be with her, you want to see how things are and things like that, you know? So to me, that you might be confusing yourself on what you really want. Because if you're telling me she's proud and all that and she blocked you, then that means she ain't gonna really say nothing to you. But there's a chance that you're gonna see each other. Like I've seen in the past, there's a chance you can see each other, through your passing. But that's up to you, bro. Yeah. So if you're thinking about it and you don't want to put forth any actions, then how the fuck are you supposed to solve the issue? You see what I'm saying? Sometimes me personally, right? No, not everybody's me, but me personally, if there's a woman that blocked me and I know that I didn't do nothing wrong and she blocked me according to somebody else talking shit, and I said, you know what, I need to clear my name, or I need to clear this up. I need to make sure that she knows that I ain't done nothing wrong. If I'm conscience free, I probably would say, fuck that bitch. I don't care about her anyway, right? But if I really care about making amends or getting closure or whatever the case may be, I'm going to find a way to speak to her. I'm not going to stalk her, but I'm going to like call her job and say, even if I have to leave a message and she never calls, then I know I ain't got nothing to worry about. Then she's going about her business. You see what I'm saying? There's always a way to make amends, to get closure. There's always a way to communicate. You just got to find the right way. And if that's not on your mind right now and you don't want to deal with it, then just keep living your life and say, fuck it. You know? You see what I'm saying? That's just me personally, as a person. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it should be. Because if people ain't really giving you what you want, you can't make an excuse. You have to say, look, I got to do this for me. You got me? You got to do everything for yourself. You got to ask yourself that, bro. If you're thinking about her so much, it's because she's on your mind and you feel like you want to speak to her. You know what I'm saying? Right. The problem is hey Tanya, how you doing, sweetie? If you're feeling her and that's the problem, then you have to say to yourself, like I just told you 5 minutes ago, you've got to sit there and say, I'm thinking about her. Why? Because I still love her. I still like her. I still want to be with her. I want to clear my name. I want to do this. I want to do that. You got to ask yourself all those questions in order for you to have a clear mind and not think about her no more. You got to decide what the situation is. I can't decide that for you. I'm just giving you advice on what I feel you should do. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, if you want something in life, right? Or whatever you want to do, you gotta make sure you deal with it. So that way you don't have to think about it no more. You don't have to worry about it no more. You don't have to talk about it no more. You see what I'm saying? It's really up to us to make the final call and the final decision. But see, that's your assumption. You think that she's thinking about you. She might not be thinking about you, and she might be. But the only way to find out, bro, is to ask her, to see her, to talk to her. So if you think that she's thinking about you, right, and that's what's making you think about her, then you gotta get that. You gotta ask her if that's the case. You can't just assume that she's thinking about you. Okay, well then see, now that's different. If it's not an assumption and you know it, then if she's thinking about you so much, then you have to ask yourself, why hasn't she made in 2 months has gone by, right? That you haven't spoke, I think. I think it's 2 months you told me she hasn't spoke to you. Then what makes you think she's gonna speak to you now after 2 months? If it's been this long? Because if the connection is that great, sometimes you're gonna see that person's gonna speak to you anyway. But if you've done something wrong, then that person might have said, fuck it. I still think about João, but I know that if I go back, it's not gonna be right. Or I don't think I can deal with it right now because I got this going on in my life. It can be so many things, but the only way you're gonna find out the truth is if you speak to the person directly. And then again, the person might lie to your face. You see what I'm saying? So, and this could be all in your mind because you want it to be that way. You could be manipulating your own mind to think that this person is thinking about you all the time. And I'm not saying you're wrong, Juan, and I'm not saying you're delusional or anything like that. These are just the scenarios that we need to understand. This is what you think. You're saying she thinks about you. See what I'm saying? You're saying I know she thinks about me. And we all have that mentality that, oh yeah, I know she's thinking about me right now. And you're thinking about her too. And she could be saying the same thing. Oh, I know Jean's thinking about me. You can think about each other all the time. Thinking about each other ain't gonna solve shit. Talking to each other is going to solve things. And that's why I stress on here every time I come on here. If you don't talk to the person, then that is your answer. No answer is an answer. That means I don't want to talk to you. If there is no communication, then it's pretty much done. But if you feel you need to talk to her to let her know certain things so you can get it off your mind and your chest, then go for it. But if she doesn't say anything to you, she could be thinking the exact same way. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Anne, welcome back. And you're probably thinking the same thing. How is she going to react? But the only way to find out is to do it. Somebody's got to make it. You said she's too proud to do it. And now you have to ask yourself, are you too proud to do it? Because remember, she blocked you. You didn't block her. She blocked you first, right? She blocked you. So if someone blocks you, that means they don't want nothing to do with you. Last I checked, right? So you can sit here and speculate every day about when, how, where, if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. But we can't force a person to communicate. But we can attempt a communication. And if you attempt it one more time, you can give yourself the closure or the you know, oh, that's up to her. Yeah, exactly. So she's probably confused about what she wants to do, which is becomes her problem and might become yours if you let it. But like I said, it's up to you, bro. You can drive yourself fucking crazy thinking about it all day. Instead, you can just like go to her, say, look, I know you blocked me. You probably don't want to speak to me. I don't know if you do, but this is look. This is Joan's way of saying I just want to tell you this, this, and this, just to get myself, the opportunity to talk to you to see where we stand. If you don't want nothing to do with me, please tell me so I can move on and I can go do what I got to do and I ain't got to think about you no fucking more. That's what I would do, straight up. But see, I never have to get to that point because I already know what I want. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. That's it. You block me. You done me a favor if you block me. If anybody blocks me, I'll be like, good. Thank God. I ain't got to block you. I ain't got to worry about you no more. Now, if I block them, then they know they ain't getting nothing back. I'll be like, fuck you. I'm gone. Yeah. It doesn't matter what the situation is, you have to communicate with the person just to get your answer. Because if there is no communication, there is no answer, there's speculation. And if you're going to speculate for months and months and years, and you're never going to get that person to talk to you or you're going to talk to that person, it might bother you forever. And if you have to ask yourself, do you want to deal with it? That's it. It's simple as that. Do you want to deal with it? Do you want to go ahead and deal with it? If you do, go. If not, don't worry about it. You got to move on and say, fuck it. That's why I'm single. Because I ain't dealing with no woman that doesn't know what she wants. If she don't know what she wants, then I can't decide for her. That's it. And that's why I can't deal with that. I can't deal with a person that ain't sure or needs healing or needs this or not sure, not sure, not sure. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, well, goodbye. I need somebody that knows what they want. I know what I want. Do you know what you want? Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. I agree. It is better to be single, you know? Tanya. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go pick up my nephew from school at 3:30. So I have 15 minutes to go get him. So it's 10 minutes away. I gotta drive and go get him. I'll be back later though. Tanya, Ann, Joan, KP, I'll see you guys later. I'll be back on tonight at some point in time or later on in the afternoon. I'll be back. Maybe like an hour from now, I might come back on. I'll be back. All right, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day.